the Going for Two pregame show. We've got Gerson here today, along with Ben and then myself. We are going to go through some DFS stuff. Gerson will be taking the controls there, and then after that, all three of us are going to get into some start-sit options as well. So feel free to ask at any moment in the chat for any DFS questions or start-sit options. We'll gladly address those throughout this episode. So with that in mind, Gerson, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Coming back from Vegas, finally back in the norm. It's just after 4 days of partying and whatnot, you kind of like try to recover for a whole week, and I feel like I'm finally recovered and ready to go, man.
Hey, well, we're glad to have you. We're glad to hear you're healthy and recovered from a little bit of partying. It's never ever bad for anyone. But Ben, how you doing? Oh, he's already got the red Solo Cup out too.
Oh, dude, I had to, man. I had to. But I am amped up. It's Sunday Night Football, Cowboys versus Eagles. What else more could you want? It's going to be a war. And I'm going live on TikTok if you want to watch me too. But I can't wait for that game.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for the game. That's more excitement than I had for the Sunday night game, but maybe I'm just a little sad because the Packers look bad. But anyways, hey, it could be worse. I could be a Raider fan, right, Gerson?
Don't make me get mad like fucking Devontae
Adams. Maybe that's what I wanted. But with that in mind, Gerson, I mean, as of right now, I haven't seen any news updates worthwhile to be sharing with injuries. We'll keep you guys updated as the tweets start coming out from all the experts, insiders saying who's in and out. But with that in mind, let's just jump into DFS. So, Gerson, what do you got for us today?
All right. I'm going to talk about a lot today, but you guys will see that I will be saying a bit about one game. It's going to be the Kansas City versus the Bills. I'm pretty much all in on Josh Allen today. Like, I'm going to play 150 rosters of Josh Allen in tournament. Like, I'm riding the Stallion, man. Great matchup, great game environment. He's added 30.1 points per game in DraftKings coins. Every single time he has a over under 50 or more. I can't see him not getting 30 points in this game environment. We saw the Chiefs last week. I mean, they went in like you were wondering, like the Raiders put up points, they put up points, and we've seen the Chiefs put up 45 points on Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, which is a rather impressive defense, right? So if they can put it on them, they're gonna put it on the Chiefs, you know. So like the Chiefs will be able to match the Bills, you know. I'm excited for this game. I'm kind of nervous, of course, because having that much money right on one player, you know, is not the best idea. But I'm taking all my Vegas winning and I'm putting it into Josh Allen, the Stallion, baby. The second quarterback is in the mid tier is the GOAT, Tom Brady. Great matchup. Just to me, I think the stack is cheap too. You go Godwin, Evan, him, and then you run it back with one of the guys on the other side. It's not bad. It's not badly priced. And to give you a hint, the guy that I'd probably run it back is the cheap tight end. So to me, I'll talk about that cheap tight end later on, but that's what I want to go for. Just play smart though, those two guys. Then you can go to the value, which is the all in Josh Allen. It's Geno Smith, man. I can't believe we're still talking about Geno Smith being one of the best quarterbacks in like the league. Or like he had the EPA points, expected point average, and or whatever. And he had like the biggest what do you call it? I think he had more yards per pass attempt than Mahomes, Brady, and like Allen, dude. It's crazy to think that because you would not think that, right? But he's balling, dude. You can't take credit. You got to give the man credit, right? But Geno Smith at 5.7K, Tom Brady at 6.3, and Josh Allen at 8.2.
What I would say real quick too with the Geno Smith surprise, the benefit of that is actually seeing guys like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett be fantasy viable. You know, that was the big concern this year. They might have still been viewed as assets in Dynasty because, oh, hey, they'll get a QB at some point. Well, Gino's actually been solid. And
Yeah.
hey, like as a DK owner in a few leagues, I don't feel petrified for having him this year. So it's great. But no, any thoughts on those QBs there, Ben? Before Gerson dives into the next position.
Dude, I love Josh Allen. I'm all in on Josh Allen. I have Josh Allen in DFS. I have 2 DFS going on with Josh Allen in it. So that Chiefs game, you already know it's going to be a shoot-off. I already know. They're going to be slinging it downfield, and Josh Allen has been slinging it. So I'm all in on Josh Allen. Tom Brady against the Steelers is like a wet dream. So I'm definitely plugging in Tom Brady also. He's been demolishing the Steelers every time they face. And then Geno Smith, I do agree on the value pick there. He can definitely pop off at any time. But I wouldn't be surprised if, the Geno Smith thing just cuts off. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
The matchup is excellent for Gino too against.
Yeah, no, I agree on the matchup. I'm just saying in general in the season, I wouldn't be surprised if it just cuts off.
Yeah, no, DFS though, I like the play there. It's a good matchup. No, I think Josh Allen though, I think it's hard to argue against it at any point in time. You got any? Josh Allen's pretty much a lock to produce. You got any locks for us at the running back position this week?
The running back this week is freaking insane with value. The value, like the percentage ownership, all the value, I'll give you an idea, like the top 3 ownership. When I say ownership projection, that's like, imagine a large field tournament. Like this is what the player is going to be owned in that tournament. It's 41%, 38%, 22%, 19%, 17%, 15%, 14%, 10%. That's like the top 10, right? So like, give you an idea, that's pretty cluttered up there, right? But the guy that I wrote on the sheet, number 1 is Ramondre Stevenson. Damien Harris just got announced out. I was not even expecting him to even be played. So people are like, "Oh, we got to wait till the news." I'm like, no. But with Ramondre Stevenson, we've seen how good he really can be. He has the ceiling both ways, through the pass catching route and through the running game. They're going to rely on him, and he's only 6,000. When I put him as an elite tier, it's because he's my highest projected running back for this week. That's to give you an idea how great of a play he is, and he's 6,000. Like, I'm gonna have so much Ramondre that it's like I'm gonna be fucking shitting my pants if he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. Because it was his value, everybody's gonna have him. I'm gonna be really high on him. Just opportunity, man. I look for opportunity. I look for usage and whatnot. So give me Ramondre, and then Breece Hall. Finally, I mean. I hate when people, I think I said this on the podcast a while back, when people say, "Oh, Jonathan Taylor is the 3rd running back on the depth chart. Oh, Michael Carter-Williams is the 1st running back on the depth chart. He's so much better, and he's getting all the opportunity." I'm like, you draft a running back like Breece Hall, you're going to use them. And they used them last week, that's for sure, and in every way possible. Breece Hall almost had I like to call it a double bonus. So 100 yards receiving, and then he had 97 yards rushing. If he would have gotten 100 yards rushing, that would have been an extra 4 points. That's the bonus. I think it's 4 or 3 points. I'm not correct. I'm not sure, though.
It's still a big jump, though, for a bonus.
Oh, yeah. So he had 30 points last week, and he hit value every single week for the last 4 weeks. So give me Breece Hall at 5,800. Especially against the Green Bay Packers. If there's a weakness in the Green Bay Packers, definitely the run defense. I mean, to be honest, I'm not trying to diss the Green Bay Packers, but there's something going on there. I don't know what it is. It's crazy that they lost to the Giants. I mean, I know it's in London, but still, to blow that game was rough.
They're just being lazy. They're not going to win when they're not trying.
They didn't target Dobbs either.
They're going through the motions. They're not, a well-oiled machine. I think that's the biggest issue I have with the Packers right now. But they also need to address defensive coordinator. I think we've had enough years of Joe Barry where I think we know what he is. He's been a shitty defensive coordinator on other bad teams before. So, hey, a couple of years in, if you have Jair Alexander and all these other guys, probably should produce.
The other running back I'm looking at, in that range. It's not on my sheet, but do look at Kenneth Walker. I mean, I can't wait till he has a big game and I call him Kenneth the Menace, instead of Ken Walker the third. I want to call him Kenneth the Menace, man. But Kenneth Walker at 5,400, look for him. Those are the three running backs that are pretty popular. The other guy that you're going to hear about is Darrell Henderson. I'm not a big Darrell Henderson guy. Like, I don't care that Akers out, but if you put them combined together, they really haven't been that productive. Like, their offensive line is in shambles. Matthew Stafford is really – he looked good at moments, but then he looked horrendous at moments. He's taking a lot of sacks. That's blaming on the offensive line, of course. But I'd rather go to Kenneth Walker, Ramondre Stevenson, and Eno Benjamin. Eno Benjamin is the cheapest guy I want, and he's going to be one of my highest owned players. He had the opportunity. What's his name? James Conner is out. Darrell Williams out. The other running back that was on their team, he's out. So it's just him and then, like, some players that they signed, Corey Clement. Dude, I remember when Corey Clement played for, I think it was Wisconsin, if I'm correct. And, like, I thought he was going to be good, but he's shit in the bed. But,
Gerson, quick thoughts on this, though. So someone says thoughts, a contrarian line of Brady and Godwin instead of Allen and Rondale Moore. What are your thoughts on something like that?
Well, I don't know why you would play Allen and Rondale Moore. Because Rondale Moore, I'm guessing, because Allen would be stacked with Gabriel Davis, Dig.
Okay. I thought you knew what that meant. I thought it was something that was DFS.
It makes sense in a way, but I mean, that's fine.
The stacks aren't right. Yeah, that's right. I thought it was something that maybe I just didn't understand. But
I would take Brady and Godwin in that situation. But if it's Rondale Moore and Allen, I guess. But
yeah.
So the other thing, I think he's talking of a cash game. If that's a cash game, I still go Godwin Brady over Allen. No. I go Allen Moore because I think Allen's ceiling is so high. It can be 10 more points than Brady this week, and the pace.
Yeah. I was going to say that too. I was going to say I like Allen and Moore better. And I just like Allen because he's Allen. But Rondale Moore, I think he can have a big game this week.
Okay. I think, you said more of a cash question, I think. So, yeah, if it's. But you were saying, Gerson, with the DFS stuff, sorry to take you off on that side tangent.
So the core running backs you're going to see in all the rosters are going to be Eno, Ramondre, Kenneth Walker III, and Breece Hall. And then you're going to see some sprinkles of the likes of, I love Nick Chubb, and I'm going to have quite a bit of him. And then Alvin Kamara and Barkley. Those are going to be the core. But really, in reality, the way you're going to build a roster this week, because the stacks are expensive and the quarterbacks are expensive, you're going to have to pay down for running back. There's no way you're going to be able to fit a very expensive running back. Your most expensive running back is Christian McCaffrey, 8,300, Nick Chubb, 8,200, and Saquon Barkley, 7,700, which is a great price. I'll have some Saquon for sure, but you're going to be paying down more than likely because you're going to be paying up for the likes of, Travis Kelce, Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans. I could go on and on, all those stats that I mentioned with those three quarterbacks. But that's my running back. Wide receiver, I'm going right back to that Kansas City game. Stephon Diggs, man. I know he kind of let us down recently, but we've seen him have those explosive, I think he had like a 30-point game a couple weeks ago. He had a 30-point game last week, almost. He had a 27 points. So 102 yards, 1 touchdown, 8 reception. Really, in reality, you didn't think he scored that much because of Gabriel Davis, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Imagine getting 27 points from Stephon Diggs. Imagine getting, what was it that Gabe got? I think like 35 points from him. And then getting whatever Josh Allen got, which was 40 points, 39 points. So that's what? Almost 100 points combined right away with your stack. That's a pretty good start, I would say, They're not going to do that again. I can't say that, but they could, But that's the ceiling, right? 100 points with 3 players. That's a pretty good ceiling.
That's the goal.
I like that ceiling.
Tyler Lockett is the heaviest owned player on DraftKings. He's gonna be in a lot of lineups. He's a good one-off too. I love him because he's been killing it. He's been so productive this year, and it's so underrated how I think Lockett probably the most when you draft him, it's like like in redraft. Okay, I guess, but
I know that feeling.
I had that feeling, dude. Like it's like, oh man. And
I think he got drafted like in the 8th or 9th round in my league, one of my leagues.
Well, the thing is, especially with Geno at quarterback, you're like, oh, like you kind of shake your shoulder to have the shiver or whatever it's called. But he got 22 points, 16 points, 14 points, and then 30 points last week. The crazy thing is, they didn't even move up his price. They actually, his price is now the same as last week, 5.6K. So he's going to be very highly owned. Great game environment against Arizona Cardinals. But he's coming in way over owned at 26%. The highest owned player on the slate for wide receiver, even more than Stephon Diggs, which is shocking. But 5,600. The one guy that I'm looking at that a lot of people won't have and he was my sick call of the week. We have on the show. Mr. and what's his name? That knows this guy. It's Mr. Wan'Dale Robinson. He's 3.6K playing for the Giants. The Giants have really struggled. They haven't had any weapon to throw through. We thought Richie James was the answer, right? It ain't the answer. Daniel Bellinger all of a sudden became relevant last week. And then they were like throwing to whatever random players. Wan'Dale Robinson in training camp, he was killing it, dude. He was killing it in training camp. They were hoping he was healthy, but then he got hurt. Now he's healthy. Kadarius Toney's not playing, right?
No, not that I know of.
So Wan'Dale Robinson at 3.6K. I'm gonna have a lot of him so I can fit my expensive players. You're not necessarily gonna need him unless you're paying for the top elite tiers because you have value at running back. But those are my 3 wide receivers I'm looking at. Other one-off that I like, Jamar Chase, what's his name? Sorry. Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, and Christian Kirk. Okay.
Someday it'll be a Christian Watson instead of a Christian Kirk there. Someday. Maybe 2023.
I'm with you right there, bro. I'm with you right there. Remember, we both went all in on him.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I just when you say Christian, I'm like, oh, I already know it's not the one I want to hear. But
one day I'll surprise you.
Yeah, one day.
No. Yeah, tight end, man.
It's not a fun week.
It starts and ends with Travis Kelce.
Going high.
I love Travis Kelce this week, and obviously every single time I mention the first player on each list, it always been Kansas City Bills game, right? I'm going right back to it, dude. Kelce, a monster. We saw it on. If you had Travis Kelce and
3 touchdowns.
Oh, 4, wasn't it? 4?
Yeah, it was 4.
Oh, 4 touchdowns? 4 touchdowns. Even better. Oh my God. My bad. I was a little slipping, but I was so excited. I had Travis Kelce in 2 leagues.
Even more.
It was a record for 4 touchdowns for the least amount of yards. It was the record in the NFL, which is kind of crazy because I would think like maybe a running back has gone those 1-yard goal lines, and gone like 3 or 4 touchdowns. But it was insane. Kelce's playing awesome. He had one bad game, which is against the Chargers. But I like to think if there was one game, it was because of Derwin James. Derwin James is a really good safety to cover tight end, and he basically shut him down. And Derwin James, the best safety in the league, I believe, in my opinion, probably. Argue it, but he's up there. But give me Kelce, great game environment. We saw what he did last year against the Bills, and he's done well against them before. Last year in the playoffs, he had 23 points, 96 yards, a touchdown. Before that, 17 point. And he had a big game too. In 2020 in the playoff, he had he was $8,000, right? And he had a 40-point game, 39 points. He had 15 targets, 13 receptions, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then week 6 during the season, he had 22 points. I mean, the guy produces no matter what. I'm almost like tempted to put the lock button with him so I can just get the most out of my ceiling, you know. But I'm not that crazy yet. I'm going crazy, but I'm not that crazy yet. But give me Travis Kelce. The news came out that T. Higgins is gonna play, so this play it doesn't make me excited anymore. So I'm not gonna really like hype it up. It's Hayden Hurst. I thought T. Higgins wasn't gonna play, so I thought that was gonna help him. So I'm gonna replace that tight end with from Hayden Hurst to Zach Ertz against the Seattle Seahawks. Great matchup, great game environment. It's a good way to do a run back with the Geno stack. After that, I said there was a way to get really cheap on the run back with the Godwin, Brady, Mike Evans, right? It's Mr. Zach Gentry. Zach Gentry is 2.6K. That is like cheap as fuck. That's like the cheapest. I mean, 2.5K. And last week he had 6 targets, 5 receptions, 43 yards. And that was in between like a half, you know, because
I was going to say, he wasn't even the starter for most of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
And Pickett, trust me. I keep telling people, like, there's only one offense that made Tampa Bay defense look bad, and that was a Patrick Mahomes offense. I don't know about you guys, but the Steelers don't look like a Patrick Mahomes offense to me, you know. The Steelers are pretty bad. I mean, they can probably move the ball, but it's going to look ugly the way they move the ball. But give me Zach Gentry, 2.6K. He's going to be like Kenny Pickett's safe pocket when that defensive line is putting pressure on his offensive line. And then, what's his name? Devin Smith, the middle linebacker. He's just basically going to shadow everything that Kenny Pickett wants to do and block it, dude. Like I love watching Tampa Bay's defense play because they do so much good communication and good football. But give me Zach Gentry. Defense, man. I
mean, you were just praising him.
Yeah. Defense, man. It's Tampa Bay's defense. They're the best defense at the top. They're like the elite price. I'm gonna have a lot of them. Tampa Bay's defense is just it was between them and the 49ers and the Rams. But to me, Buccaneers defense is just, I think, in a perfect position just to smash Pittsburgh. But never know. It's football, man. The next one is the Jaguars defense versus the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, can you guys guess who leads the league in interception as a quarterback?
I feel like you're going to tell me.
It's Matt Ryan. Can you guys guess who leads the league in sacks as a quarterback?
Is it also Matt Ryan?
Matt Ryan, yeah.
Can you guys tell me who leads the league in fumbles losses as a quarterback?
It couldn't be Matt Ryan. There's no way he could be the league leader in the 3 best stats.
It's also Matt Ryan.
You got the triple crown? What?
Dude, he leads the league in all 3 of them. Can you imagine watching Carson Wentz play and be like, well, at least he does. I mean, he has turnovers, but he doesn't the league in all 3 of them, you know? So I love that the Jaguars defense against the Colts. And then the cheap defense of this week, it's the Panthers defense. Like I already mentioned, I think the Rams, it is awesome. Because last week, you're going to be happy, Ben, but I had 100%. I locked in the Cowboys defense, and that fucking paid off for me. I was so happy, dude.
Let's go.
I was so happy. Honestly, I had friends that were Cowboys fans, and here I am in Raiders apparel, and like people see a Raiders fan high-fiving a Cowboys fan, and I'm over here fucking just chanting defense, dude, and everybody's like, and I'm like, bro.
Can I just get an air high five real quick, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but I told him it's for DFS purpose. It's not for like I'm a fan of the Cowboys. I'm just cheering for the Cowboys defense, dude. Like I need money and I want money. But give me
Everybody
the Carolina.
wants to cheer for the Cowboys.
We can't have two Cowboy fans in this at the same time.
I'm still Raiders fan. I just can't wear. It's a bye week, dude. I can't wear this stuff, you know. Plus, it's still dirty from Vegas, so there's a lot of drinking, a lot of sweating. You know, like it's hot, tempted over there. Carolina Panthers, man. They are 2.4K, really cheap. The only thing is, I don't know what Rams offense we're gonna get. Are we gonna get the one where they struggle against the what's it called, against the presser, or are we gonna get the one where Matthew Stafford and them, they look great and boom, 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 they move? But at 2.4K, you're not losing a lot. Hold on one second. So 2.4K is pay down. So those three are my top three deep team. And now I think I have like 3 minutes, right? 4 minutes? 5 minutes? 4 minutes. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the DFS show right here. I'm going to explain to you guys the way you can go. There's two ways. You can either go all in, like I'm doing with the Kansas City Bills game, or you can go play Geno, Tom Brady, the cheaper stack, and that allows you to pay up for at least a stud running back and two value running back. There's still value, and you can pay up for a stud wide receiver on your on your flex. So it allows you to get more flexibility. But the thing is, let's say all those value running back hit, right? And then all of a sudden, that KC Buffalo game goes ballistic. It's not going to matter if that top running back or that top wide receiver hits, because I have the value running back and my stack is already going off for 100 points, you know? But if it doesn't hit and you went with those other guys and even they do just good, not elite, you're going to have an extra 10 to 15 point swing that's going to outscore my stack, you know? But it's just, there's two ways to do it, but I'm going more all in on Josh Allen, the Stallion, man. And it's gonna be a fun game. Like, honestly, I don't think that game's in the afternoon. So I'm gonna relax for a little bit, make sure I don't lose my mind. And then man, I'm already getting nervous for it, man. But yeah, that's my breakdown. If I'm not here next week, it's because the internet's not working, the light went out. I didn't pay any of my bills because I'm broke, you know. But we'll see.
And that'll all depend on we'll know for your fate or where your fate lies. What, by 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Yeah. You'll see.
That's good, at least.
At least I sent a video to the DFS roundtable chat that we have, and it goes like this: drop down, lock, run 150 rosters, boom. And that's it. That's my strategy, you know. But it's not that easy. I have rules, I have settings, I have exposures, I have randomness. I have a player pool, you know, like I wake up at 4 in the morning and do all this, guys. It's just and go.
Hey, Gerson, I have a question for you. I actually did a DFS lineup, and I'm curious on your input real quick. So I got Josh Allen on the quarterback slot, Ramondre Stevenson, and Eno Benjamin as my running backs. I got Gabe Davis, Garrett Wilson, and Mike Evans at the 1, 2, and 3. Zach Ertz as my tight end for only 6,000. I like the matchup. In my flex, I had to settle a little bit low, but I got Isaac McKenzie, and then starting 49ers defense.
I wouldn't play Elijah Moore, with me personally. I don't like the.
I'm not playing Elijah Moore.
No, Garrett Wilson, sorry.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson. Because if you really look at the distribution of how Zach Wilson got his point, it was more like through the running back and through the tight end. And
well, for Garrett Wilson, I got it was $5,700. $5,700 it was going for, and in that range, like, what else could I possibly get?
Tyler Lockett for 56.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'd rather do Tyler Lockett, better environment, better. Well, that's fucking sad to say. Better back. So it's just his price, he's just a better player right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Garrett Wilson as a prospect, but I just don't think Zach Wilson is the guy there.
I agree with you on the. I'm sorry. I agree with you on the Tyler Lockett thing. I was gonna put in Tyler Lockett, but I saw how many people put in Tyler Lockett. So I was trying to be that different. Like I was trying to find someone different so I can get that up, just in case if that Tyler Lockett thing doesn't, pan out. I have Tyler Lockett in other ones though.
You're really being different by having Zach Ertz and playing that 49ers defense. That 49ers defense is only 3% owned, and Zach Ertz is only 11% owned. So I like
surprised.
That. And then you say you're running back with Ramondre and Eno?
Yes.
I mean, if you wanted to be different running back, you could go instead of Ramondre. Actually, don't do that. Instead of Eno.
All those running backs that you were talking that, I'm starting all of them. Brees Hall, Ramondre, I'm getting all of them, but they're all spread out differently in DFS. This is just one of my teams that I'm saying.
That's the start roster. Maybe you consider just moving off Garrett Wilson. I think that roster is good.
Okay. Awesome.
You want to hear my expert input on it? Because I don't.
Of course, Zach.
I don't have any. I don't know. Whatever Gerson says for the DFS sounds good to me. I mean, I hear what Gerson's saying in regards to the options with Garrett Wilson. Like I like Wilson as a prospect and in fantasy, but I'm gonna take someone like Lockett over him, especially this week for something like DFS. And I don't know the whole percentage stuff. I don't even know how much that really needs to be accounted for. So
yeah,
hearing you guys discuss that part, I'm like, I don't even know if that's a lot or not. So try and let you guys talk about it.
The whole point is just trying to finding them hidden gems. That's what you need.
Yeah,
hidden gems.
No, I think I've gathered that much, but it's just about figuring. I mean, it's just like setting any lineup. We've all dealt with it too. You overthink, you overanalyze, and then you end up screwing yourself out of points.
Yep.
The more you know. Go ahead, Gerson.
Now that I said that, I feel like Garrett Wilson's gonna go off. I'm sorry, Benny.
I win $1 million. Let's go.
You make the case for Garrett in your head, and then you're like, well, actually, Lockett does make sense. And then you change it, and that's when you're like, oh, damn it, I knew it. Yeah.
I forgot to say a special shout out to Jared for filling in for me last Sunday. Like I told you guys before the show, I went down. I woke up at like 7 a.m, went down to the casino sportsbook, and I was crunching numbers, doing my research because I was so busy during the week. I just messaged him like an hour before the show, and I told him, hey, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to get on. Can you cover for me? And he did it. He's a little bitch sometimes, but he's awesome, though. I love the guy. No, I'm just kidding. We just give each other a lot of shit, but he's awesome. Thank you, Jared.
He said only bad things about you while you were gone. Maybe that was me, but it doesn't matter. It was one of us. Whether it was him or myself, I mixed that part up easily, but yeah.
Well, let's jump into what you have. No fantasy.
Yeah, we got some start sits. I mean, it looks like no one in the chat right now is really asking any questions about start sits, but we definitely have some options there. Ben, do you have any one of yours that you'd specifically like to start with?
Yeah, sure. So I am looking at a wide receiver 3/flex right now, and it's Juju at Buffalo, Isaiah McKenzie at Kansas City, or Josh Palmer at Denver. Versus Denver. I'm sorry. And
what were your thoughts going in?
So I know this Kansas City Buffalo game is going to be a shootout. I feel like I don't know because I'm not Notre Dame, but I looking at the past, I feel like it's going to be a shootout. Me personally, in redraft, like I want to say Juju. I'm hoping that he finally gets his first touchdown in this game because I think it's going to be a slinger. But Isaiah McKenzie has just been popping off at all the right spots. Yeah, he's not being, flashy or anything. He's not getting those fantasy points everybody wants. But I could feel like one of these games is, a potential like 2 touchdown game or 1 touchdown game. I'm gonna go Isaac McKenzie, just for the fact of the upside. Juju hasn't got a touchdown yet, and he's missing these targets, whether they're in his range or not. I'm just losing faith in him. What do you guys think?
I agree with picking Juju there. You know, it's painful. Another one I'm going to get into later also includes Juju. And this is the type of week where I at one point had taken him out. I was like, I don't know. He hasn't gotten a touchdown yet. He's been fairly inconsistent. I don't know. And then when I moved him to my bench for some of my other options, I'm just looking at Juju on my bench against Buffalo, and I'm like, damn it. I'm like, this is the week I'm going to bench him. And he's going to go off for like 158, 2 touchdowns, 11 receptions. And it's not going to even matter because it was on my bench. I doubt he has that now that I moved him back in, but looking at him with that matchup, I just expect a high-scoring affair, and I don't want to find out the hard way by sitting him out. Gerson, what are your thoughts on Juju versus Isaiah versus Joshua?
I think I would go Juju because he's gonna get peppered with target and just getting the high pace. I love Isaiah McKenzie, but the thing is, he's more like, how do you say it? He has to get ball, you know, like he's gonna be like the third guy on the pecking order. Well,
I just feel like they know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just feel like they know that they're going to be targeting Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis.
That can be said for every week since Stephon Diggs came to Buffalo, and they still haven't been able to do anything.
No, you're true.
My thing is that Shakir went off last week, and I think they saw a little bit of him and said, "Hey, maybe we'll play a little bit more of him too." You know, so. But
also, go ahead, Gerson.
It's just, to me, Juju's gonna be on the field. I mean, I don't know if he's running wind sprint or what the fuck he's doing out there, but he's just it's so frustrating watching him play too, because you wonder if he like just looks slow or if he just doesn't care or what the heck, dude. Because like there was time I watched the whole Raiders game, and I'm like, really? That's it? You just fall down? Like you could have just kept battling through, you know? But it's
he's getting targeted too. He's getting targeted. He's just not doing anything with it. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Megan asked what's everyone's favorite sleeper low-owned play in the DFS Millie game?
Oh man, my favorite one is Wan'Dale Robinson because he's cheap, and if he gets 8 target, actually no, I can't say him because it has to be a really good player, right? He's gonna have to have like a freaking mammoth game to break the slate. So my slate breaker is Jamar Chase. I think he had a matchup against. I think Marshawn Lattimore is out, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Lattimore being out. Jamar Chase game coming in. He's gonna go nuke. You know, he's a really good pivot off Stephon Diggs. So low owned play is Jamar Chase.
I like it. I mean, I love Jamar. I mean, that's 1A, 1B to me. You know, I know that's more dynasty, but even in redraft, that's kind of just my mindset of setting up lineups at this point. There's Jamar, Justin Jefferson, and everyone else. So if you have to, what is Jamar just not owned a lot this week?
No, he's hold on, let me see what he's coming at.
As soon as I got that Lattimore out, I was like, oh, I got to make a lineup with Chase in it.
Yeah.
That's literally what I did.
He's coming in at 9%. It's just
that's fairly low, right?
Yeah, that's really low. I mean, that's like there's like 20 receivers ahead of him, basically.
Oh, okay.
In ownership.
No, that surprises me. Yeah, I mean, if Jamar can be your difference maker, but also your, I like that a lot. I don't have any input on that one. Sorry, Megan. I don't even know what the DFS Millie game is.
Win
$1 million.
Yeah, I figured that much out. But is that FanDuel, DraftKings? What is that?
Yeah.
Is that one of
they
those?
both probably do it, to be honest with you.
I have a
yeah.
question. I don't know if you guys can help.
Yeah, what's up?
I have a start sit. It's actually for me, and I've been battling it all week. Jeff Wilson or Amari Cooper, 4-point PPR. Now, the reason why I'm questioning it now, obviously Wilson been on fire, but is it Tiberius or Tavius, Darius Price or whatever, TDP? He's healthy.
Tyrion Davis Price, yeah.
He's healthy and he's active. So 49ers, what will they do? Give volume to him, give volume to Wilson. So I know Cooper's going to get all the volume, you know. So who should I start at?
I like Cooper there. That's my preferred route. I don't trust. I mean, I've been notoriously high on TDP coming into the draft and all that anyway. And I've just kind of been waiting for the opportunity. He got hurt right away off the bat with an ankle injury, so now I'm excited to see him coming back. I think he'll be sharing more of the workload than I would have liked with Jeff Wilson at this point, but that's where I think you got to be careful starting someone like Jeff. And that's where Amari's Amari. He's been fairly consistent this year, even with Jacoby there. I just feel more comfortable and confident.
Yeah, I agree.
Higher
Mark
floor,
Cooper with upside.
higher ceiling. I guess that's how I see it.
Yeah, Amari Cooper upside. I agree.
He's in the roster. He's in the lineup.
I have one for you guys. I'm trying to think. So this one's a weird one. I've got my team is stacked. We're doing good. I've got Mike Evans at Pittsburgh. I got this is for my second flex spot, by the way. Mike Evans at Pittsburgh, Tyler Lockett versus Arizona, or Amari Cooper versus New England. Two of those guys will be benched.
Damn, I probably have to go Mike Evans.
Yeah,
that could be a 2-touchdown game right there.
But it's also the Pittsburgh. That's where I'm like, damn. I know Tom Brady usually does good against Pittsburgh, but also it is a good defense.
I would have to go. Yeah, Mike Evans. I couldn't sit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said Mike Evans, Tyler Lockett, and who else?
And Amari Cooper.
Okay. I'm probably going Mike Evans there. I think he has the highest ceiling and the safest floor.
Well, okay. Now, if you swap out Mike Evans for Mike Williams, are you also picking Mike Williams over those other two?
First off, I'm like in a fucking 18 league or what?
It's 12. It's an orphan team I took over this offseason. They're like, hey, our winner didn't want to come back. Do you want? Or they didn't even mention that the team won. It was just it's a stupid stacked team. I love it.
Wait,
what's up?
Who are the Chargers playing? I know they're on the Monday Night Football, right?
Chargers are
they're playing Denver Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think I'd go Mike Evans still.
You go Mike, because right
Mike
now
Williams.
I have Jefferson Kupp for my two wide receivers.
Jefferson
Kupp?
Holy.
Jefferson Kupp Diggs. Sorry. Those are the three. And then it's Mike Williams, Mike Evans for my flex with Lockett and Cooper on the bench.
What's your running backs? I'm curious. Do you have like Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook also? Is that why?
I'll pull it up. I want to say it's like my QBs suck because I have Mr. Unlimited. But let's find this one for you. Huh?
That Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited?
Yeah. Him and Kirk. But my running backs are Saquon and AJ Dillon, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift. So when Swift's back, it's Saquon and Swift, along with Diggs, Jefferson, Kupp, Evans, Williams.
Do you roster bait every weekend? Or
he definitely does. Probably twice a day. I would have.
I mean, I roster bait over not the good rosters like that though, over my other teams where I'm 4-1, about to be 5-1, and I traded away Patrick Mahomes and George Kittle this offseason for Jared Goff and Njoku and some rookie first, and just kicking ass with Darrell Henderson at my RB2, Jared Goff as my QB, and Njoku as my tight end, and Duvernay and Dobbs as my 2 flex spots. So that's where I'm like, oh, this team is so like good but bad. Like those are the ones that I love.
That's stacked.
It's not. You know what I mean? Like Duvernay is like he's still not really an asset in Dynasty. Dobbs is like he has some hype, but like I can't trade them, but they're producing for me.
Yo, I have a question for you, and I'm in a predicament right now in one of my leagues because I have Dameon Pierce on bye, James Conner hurt. Who do I start as my RB2? DJ Dallas or Chase Edmonds? I know, but that's what I'm dealing with right now in this one league.
You know,
what?
You know, not on waiver.
Dude, no, he's taken. Someone had him. This is a 14-man league.
I would take the Edmonds.
What about Deion
Edmonds
Jackson?
over DJ?
Yeah.
What about Deion Jackson or Lindsay?
Philip Lindsay's gone. I scooped up DJ Dallas on the waiver wire, and that's who I got. At first, who else was? I think Tyler Eilinger was on the waiver wire. Someone dropped him, but someone picked him up before me. And I ended up with DJ Dallas. And like I said, my running backs are Dameon Pierce, James Conner, and then I have Michael Carter, Chase Edmonds, and now DJ Dallas. And Michael Carter is at my 1, which is sad. My running backs are atrocious. My rest of my team is stacked.
That's tough, man. I guess I would.
I know.
I
have Travis Kelce as my tight end. Justin Herbert,
Is this a
Justin
dynasty
Jefferson.
or a redraft?
No, this is a redraft. This is a 14-man redraft.
Okay, because that one with Duvernay and Dobbs and Goff and all that, that's a 16-man dynasty. So I know, like the 14, 16 teams, it gets really bleak for your options on waivers, either whether it's redraft or dynasty.
DJ or Edmonds?
I would do Edmonds.
Edmonds?
I would do Edmonds.
Oh, yeah, and Myles Gaskin just got ruled out too. So I guess
perfect.
He was taking a little bit of targets from Edmonds last week. So
Gerson, you got another one for us too, though?
Yeah, I got one from my friend. He messaged me.
Let's hear it.
It was crazy because I actually couldn't even answer because I'm up there. Hold on, give me a second. Kyle Pitts or Taysom Hill at tight end. Using a Yahoo league.
Kyle Pitts is playing, right? Obviously.
Yep. That makes me sad that that's a question.
Is he playing? Like I haven't seen him play all year. But
yeah.
I mean, and the reason he said,
I'm playing Pitts. If I drafted Pitts that high, I'm going to stick with it until I need to just.
I would have to too.
I've taken him so high in the leagues I have him. I am committed to that train when I took him there. So that's where, for me, I can't bench a guy like that because the moment I do and he goes off, I'm going to feel a lot shittier forever questioning the guy I paid a lot to get.
So this is his message. He said, "Hey, Gerson, what's up, dude? Question, Kyle Pitts or Taysom Hill? The reason why I asked this ridiculous question is because, Thomas is out. Olave is out. Their whole offense is in shambles. What should I do?" I'm like, damn.
That makes sense. I see it, but I just don't really ever see Taysom utilized like that either, you know?
He's good for like a sneaky touchdown and like a 50-yard rush. That's what he's good for.
Also, we've got Jamie over here from the parking lots of the Browns Stadium. He's asking us Duvernay or Boyd and half PPR. Now that Higgins is in, I would definitely have to do Duvernay. I'd probably do Duvernay before that anyway, due to the fact that Bateman's out. But I'd definitely be playing Duvernay there. What about you guys?
Batman's out, so you got to put in Robin. He's also he gets more targets than Boyd also, so I would definitely take Duvernay.
Yeah, I would take. I would take Boyd because No, wait. Higgins in, so I'll take Duvernay. Never mind, my bad. Yeah, I'll take Duvernay over Boyd. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Boyd got one of those stupid ass 50-yard touchdown because he just does it randomly. But I'd rather do Duvernay. I think she'll get more targets than Boyd.
Oh, well, here's a question for you as well. Thoughts on stacking the Minnesota-Miami game? Personally, it's not a bad game to stack. I'd definitely be careful. But I mean, I like all the offensive weapons more than the defensive weapons. So I think that's a safe game to stack. What about you guys?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but like I said, I think there's other game environments that are better. I probably would put the Minnesota-Miami game like fourth on the list. I think number one game is Bills Chiefs. Second one is Seattle, Arizona. Third one is what's their name? Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, and then this game. I can see it. I mean, this game could be very sneaky, but that Skylar Thompson shit kind of worries me. I don't think Skylar Thompson is a good quarterback. I know some people were hyped up on him, but I don't believe it. And kind of hard to, what is it called? It's not hard to throw the ball to Tyreek Hill and Waddle, but you have to really be precise with your accuracy with them because they're so fast that they move at a speed that you have to hit them right on the money, you know? And I don't know if
because you'll miss them by that much more. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I wanna believe in the weapons there. I like the Justin Jeffersons, the Irv Smiths, that kind of stuff still, but I don't know. It's a dangerous game to play with when it's not Tua. And I mean, regardless of how you feel about Tua, when it's suddenly Teddy or anything else, it's a lot scarier, much faster.
That game gives me Dalvin Cook vibes.
I don't hate that. Jamie also says, "Yo, Gerson, I got a cash lineup with Allen, Diggs, Kelsey, saved money playing Eno and Henderson."
Yeah, don't play Henderson in cash. I don't think he's a cash game player. You either play Ramondre or Eno or Ramondre or Walker.
How dare you disrespect Daryl like that? The most talented running back in LA.
Yeah. I don't know about the most talented. I think I don't know if the word talent is what I want to use with Daryl Henderson. I'm telling you guys, just the offensive line sucks. That's the problem there. That line is so bad. The other thing is the whole Cam Akers stuff, dude. That's so fucking funny. Like he asked for a trade, and it's like, dude, like you haven't shown us shit. So like, how are we gonna trade you? Nobody's gonna want you. But I can see a team paying. What's up?
No, I was gonna say I think he just took his last snap in LA. I don't think he's ever gonna play for LA again. I just got a tweet, and I think they're gonna try to trade him.
Yeah, if you're in deep league, you should be trying to acquire Kyren Williams because, well, I don't think he's the greatest prospect, but in a Rams offense, you never know. Those players come out of nowhere. I mean,
they're also the type of team to sign a Sony Michel or whoever's out there for running backs that are available. So definitely want to keep your eye on the waivers as well if they potentially do trade Cam.
I can see the Rams trading Cam for Christian McCaffrey because the Panthers are trying to trade Christian McCaffrey. They can add Cam Akers and a couple picks to it. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I think salary-wise would be the big issue there because Cam is still on his rookie deal and Christian gets paid heavy for a RB. So there's not a lot of – but it's tough. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's
out of
tough.
all the running backs, Christian makes it hard for a lot of teams to try and, open up the cap space. But teams can manipulate salaries, roll back, dead money, just
people take pay cuts too.
Yeah. We're changing it to a signing bonus or whatever. Yeah, they'll figure it out. No, I mean, I know you wanted to talk about as well. I believe you had a bet for us. SGP.
Yeah, I have a same game parlay. So I got, let me pull it up real quick. My bad. So I have a same game parlay. I have Ramondre Stevenson, anytime
Yeah.
touchdown. He's starting to be the bell cow. Last week he got 19.5 fantasy points in PPR, 25 attempts for 161 yards and 2 receptions. He hasn't got a touchdown in 2 weeks, and I think this is the game against the Browns that he finally gets a touchdown. So I will take a Ramondre Stevenson, anytime touchdown. Brees Hall, last 2 games, got 35 rush attempts together. 35. So we already know he's going to be the number one. He's the number one. Both games plus over 50 yards. So I'm going to smash the plus 50 yards for Brees Hall. And then I'm also going to go Aaron Jones plus 50 yards also. He's been pretty solid on the ground, regardless if he hasn't scored touchdowns or not. He's been getting those yards on the ground. And I like the matchup with the Jets, so I'm going to smash plus 50 yards over Aaron Jones also. So it's plus 50 on Aaron, plus 50 on Brees Hall, and then an anytime touchdown for Ramondre Stevenson. That's what I'm doing today.
I like it. Gerson, you got any bets as well as your DFS?
Not this week. I'm not in Vegas, guys, so I can't make that. I'm just kidding.
Uh,
But no, not. I mean, I love the Ramondre call. I mean, if there was like Ramondre. I like the over on Eno. I think in Vegas they had it like 60 yards or something like that. I think Eno is going to do better than that. I think if you on underdog, I would probably on all the Kansas City games and the Bills players, I'd probably do the over on a lot of them. But I haven't really looked into betting, but for sure, love the Ramondre call. He's gonna kill it today. He's my favorite play. Hopefully, nothing happens. Everything goes smooth, right, guys?
course.
exactly. That can't be right.
What happened?
What?
I have a free bet that seems way bigger than it should be.
Oh,
Vegas knows something.
I signed into my FanDuel thing, and I was expecting like a $1 free bet thing because I just threw like a wild, and it's saying I have a free bet of $75, and I'm like, okay,
All
like,
right.
that's not the amount I was expecting, but we will take that. Now I feel like I was going to tell you guys about the parlay I had, and now I'm just tempted to throw all the 75 on the 3-legger.
I would.
We've got alternate spread. So, question for you guys: Vikings, Dolphins. Who do you think is winning?
I got Vikings -3.
Gerson?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Is that the Viking?
It's at Miami.
I'll take Viking.
See, I like the Vikings, but I was trying to be aggressive with the line there. But Bengals Bengals at Saints. I think we agree
got
on
the
Bengals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bengals all day.
Did you guys not see Joe Burrow?
What?
He came to the stadium in his national championship jersey. Like,
I respect it.
So he's gonna fucking swing at this today.
And then what about San Francisco?
Oh, San Francisco.
49.
With the spread or money line?
Both. What are you guys thinking?
The money line can't be that high, right?
I got the 49ers at -6.5 at +132.
Yeah, I would bet that.
Because I'm looking at parlaying the Bengals -6.5 and the 49ers -6.5 for +466. Which then turns my $75 free bet into $349.50.
So what I did is I took San Francisco money line, but then I also got the Falcons +6. That's what I got.
Okay.
So I'm going San Francisco money line in one of my bets, and then my other bet I got Falcons covering the spread 6.
All right.
I hope these bets are right. I mean, I want that $75 free one to hit. That's
I
pretty
would take
neat.
49ers money line just to make sure, but I have a feeling that
I want-
Kyle Pitts could have a day. Drake London could have a day. We'll see what
I would
happens.
love to see it from Kyle Pitts, but at this point, I'm not even going to think about it because I've been saying that the previous 5 weeks. But I think that's all we got for today. Gerson, you want to let everyone know where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me at the Fantasy DFS or on the DFS Roundtable. Please add the DFS Roundtable on Facebook because Tim has this thread every week. It's like a week 6, week 7, etc. NFL thread, and there's like over 100 comments, people being active, posting good information, and it's free. It's free information that really helps you be a different and better player.
What about you, Ben? Where can they find you at?
You can find me at my job because that's all I do for life. No, I'm playing. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at Dr. F Goods PPR. We always do skits. We always do fantasy advice, betting advice. It's always a good time. Check it out. I'm also on Twitter. GoingFor2. Let's do it. GoingFor2. Always follow, like, subscribe. Let's get it, guys. We're going to make this an everyday thing. Gerson doing his DFS. He's always on point. And Big Zach, you already know the deal with him. He always gives good advice. So let's get it.
Hopefully. My biggest advice I can give is to not listen to me if I'm telling you to bet on the Bills. And that's why I didn't include them in any bet this week. But no, you can find me on Twitter at the Big Pellowski, and you can find me every Tuesday on the Fantasy Cheat Sheet, and then every Sunday morning here with Ben, Gerson, and also Jamie when he's not attending a Browns game live. But everyone, thank you for joining today. It's fun as always. I mean, good luck in your DFS lineups, your redraft, your dynasty. Win them all. Hopefully we can all win them all. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, though. But no, take care and have a good